So yes, this is the AIR kickoff and course structure session. Welcome everybody. We might have a few people joining us later, but we'll let them catch up. So our agenda for today, we're going to do a quick icebreaker and introduction, and we'll just get right on through to the session objectives. We'll go over what the session will go over, and also your goal for today, and a little bit explanation of the activity. And then we'll go into breakout rooms, and you'll have time to work on our challenge today. And we'll come back, share out, and have some time for questions and any other conversations you guys want to have. Just time for networking, probably. All right. So our icebreaker today is, what is the theme of your favorite of any escape room experience you've had? Or if you've never done an escape room, what is your favorite board game? And this will be relevant for our activity today. You'll see. So actually, I have never done an escape room. I don't know why, I just haven't. But actually my favorite board game is Clue, which I feel like is like an escape room in a way, kind of.
Oh, Clue's awesome. Is that the one with Professor Plum and Mr.
Yes.
Mustard, Colonel Mustard,
Yes.
Scarlet?
Yeah.
Yes. Great
Yes.
movie too, by the way. Have you seen the movie? Isn't Tim
No,
Curry?
I haven't seen the movie. I should see the movie.
So good, so good. So I love escape rooms. I love the whole concept of it. I've done multiple escape rooms. I think my favorite has to be one that I've done some that were single rooms when they first started out, but then I've done ones that have multiple chambered rooms, and you have to solve certain puzzles in a certain order in one room to get to the next room. And I remember this crazy puzzle that involved a bicycle pump with air tubes, and you really had to actually work with the other people. The whole point of the escape rooms, it's fun, but you have to use teamwork because the tubes didn't stretch long enough for one person to connect them. And one person had to sit at a bicycle pump that was locked in a desk drawer and had to pump the air from the bicycle pump into these holes in order to fill up this cylinder to get the key to come to the top. It was just crazy. It was like the craziest, most inventive puzzle I've ever seen. So I think that escape rooms are awesome. So never done an escape room, super duper claustrophobic. Oh, they're not, I mean, they're pretty big. It just depends. Like some of them can be kind of 1900 themed. I love the themes. Christmas themes. Catan.
I like the spaceships theme that someone said. That sounds cool.
Nick says subway themed. Oh, interesting. Some of them are scary too. They have scary ones.
Ooh, someone has a monthly subscription to escape rooms. That's cool.
Nice. That's super cool.
Yeah, I'm convinced now. I'll go to an escape room. There's a lot in Phoenix too, so.
We need to do it. I need to come visit. So I'm in Florida. I need to come visit Phoenix. We need to all on YE do one.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you everybody for sharing. I think, yeah, we should all do an escape room, and we can do Institute back in person if that ever happens, or if we visit your cities again one day. Or maybe that's a fun activity to set up for students in co-spaces, I think. Anyway, so I'll introduce myself. A lot of you know me, but I know I'm new to a lot of new labs here. So my name is Carolina Marquez. I'm the program manager of technology on the youth entrepreneurship team. And a lot of my background is in virtual reality, augmented reality, and startups. So I have a lot of experience with some of the tech in our courses, and also just entrepreneurship and design thinking. So I'll pass it on to Kelly.
Hello, some of you I saw yesterday, and maybe some of you I didn't see yesterday. So welcome into our Artificial Intelligence and Robotics kickoff course. Very excited. I am a program coordinator on the curriculum and also sometimes technology. My past experience, I developed and coordinated an innovative project-based learning and design thinking makerspace for middle school and high school, focusing on cross-curricular applications of technology and computational thinking. So we're so excited to have you here today, and designed a game puzzle for you that we hope you enjoy to help you understand the curriculum and the technology more. So our objectives today is that we do want you to get an overview of what is in we call it AIR. It stands for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. We want you to learn a little bit about the technology that will be used. We have created, those of you that were here yesterday and have attended our sessions, we have a new format that is we call it asynchronous. However, today we'd really like you to participate on Teams. We'll get into that more later. And so this would be a synchronous activity, but the module in RISE is designed for you to be able to access it later. So you will be getting an overview of the AIR course through a RISE module. You'll participate in a breakout room navigation challenge with your peers, and then you'll come back and we'll share our thoughts and feedback and get any questions that you might have. Okay, on to the navigation challenge. So today you will experience the AIR course overview and a RISE module, just like your students will experience. So I want to ask real quick in chat, if you can throw up there, have any of you ever heard of something called Breakout EDU or digital breakout games? Just throw it up in chat if you have ever heard of that before. See, one yes, yes, a couple yeses. Digital breakout box, yes, very fun to make. A couple no's. Excellent. Well, you don't have to have experience with them. If you do have experience, then you know what we're about to talk about. If you don't, I hope that it's something fun and exciting for you to learn about, and it is something that you can do and build with your students. So what you'll be doing is you'll be completing a puzzle. The puzzle is actually on a Google site that was created by our team, and it uses an embedded Google form inside the site. So the form is what we call it's the locked box, and you have to type in the correct answers in the form in order to unlock each of the different locks and continue forward. Answers to all the questions that are on the Google form will be found in the RISE module for the AIR course overview. You're going to type your answers in, and just to let you know some of the tips, you should use all lowercase letters. A couple of the questions might be more than one word. You want to put them all together with no spaces. Any of you that have any experience doing programming or teaching like computational things in middle school and high school probably understand why this is. Spaces and special characters have problems in forms. So it's just easier when you're building these to make it where they all go together. You're going to have 40 minutes to read through the RISE module. You're going to be on a team, which we're going to go over that in just a second, and be able to complete the digital navigation challenge. You're going to work with your peers in your breakout room. You can work on your own if you happen to have a class right now and you just want to do this on your own. I do ask that you pick a team room because we're going to give prizes out. And so we're going to do a drawing for all the teams that complete the puzzles, and your whole team will get prizes of some bill swag. So if you get stuck at any point, or if you complete the challenge or have questions at all, Carolina and I and the rest of the YE team, we will be here in the main session. So you can come in and ask us questions at any time. So before we get to teams, I'm actually going to pull up on my screen and I'm going to ask Robin to go ahead and drop in the link, if you would, for the Google site. Thank you, Robin. She has done that. So this is the overview of the challenge. Well, you can see this on my screen. And there's a little intro for you here. There is an embedded hyperlink. You right click on that, you can open that in a new tab, but we'll drop this link as well. This link is for the actual RISE module where you're going to find all your answers. So I'm not going to read this out loud to you. I'm going to let you do this in your teams, but just to show you what the site looks like, it's just a one-page site, and this is the locked form. So you can come down here and you see the instructions, help your students navigate through the AIR course. It does say that the answers are text or numerical. And for text answers, please answer all lowercase and no spaces of multiple words. That's a good tip for you to help you out if you get stuck. When you type your answer in, if it is the correct answer, you should get a message when you click next. It'll tell you if it's the right answer or not. And if it's the incorrect answer, you should also get a message as well. So before we get to the team picking, which we'll do here in just a second, does anyone have any questions about what you're going to be doing today? Awesome. And if you do, again, we'll be here. So don't worry, you'll be able to come back and ask those questions. Okay, so because our curriculum and our course here is based on artificial intelligence and robotics, our team was talking yesterday and brainstormed a lot of fun robots, favorite robots. I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of the robots that are on the screen, but we thought it would be fun for you to pick a team based on your favorite robot. So we have, you want to call out the teams that they have to choose from, Carolina?
Sure. All right. So we have Team Bumblebee. That will be our first breakout room. We've got Team Rosie. We've also got Team R2D2. Our fourth team is Team Johnny 5, and our last team is Team Bender. So we'll go ahead and create those breakout rooms, and you can choose from those breakout rooms which one you want to be in.
Perfect. I think we're all back in here now. So welcome back. I hope you had an amazing time. I hope you had a fun time. If you've done breakout before, I hope it was just as fun as the first time. If you've never done it before, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about it. That is something, an activity you can do in your classroom, that you can build one of those in your lab based around actually any curricular subject. You can make those. They have, the digital ones are very easy and they have lots of them available for free online. The company itself was a startup 5 or 6 years ago when I first started teaching, and I met them at an ed camp that I went to, like an unconference, and I just was very impressed with it. I've had a lot of fun in my classroom, so I hope you had fun with it today. We are going to do a wrap up. Before I turn it over to Carolina for the wrap up, just wanted to give you a couple of reminders. First of all, we have at 10:30 and 12:30 sessions for the Sphero rover. Please make sure if you have your rover with you that you have plugged your battery into the charger. You will need your rover with you. If you don't have a rover, it's fine. You'll be able to do the activities and access the RISE modules. But we just want to make sure if you do have that rover, plug in your battery, make sure it's fully charged so you can participate in those activities. And then the other thing is we do ask that you please complete our course evaluation for this session today. Robin is going to drop that link for you in there. It is also linked, it should have been linked at the end of the RISE module. This is a new format, as you might have heard, been explained to you already for us. And we really designed this with you in mind, trying to have the best outcomes for you and for your students, to learn everything about our curriculum and technology and just to help you be successful in the Verizon Innovative Learning Labs. So your feedback is very important to us. And all of the entries for all of the feedback forms we get, we are putting into a drawing for technology. You can get a 360 camera or a VR headset. So we will be doing drawings of every survey that you've submitted. So everyone is an entry. So you can enter multiple times. And that is for you personally from the YE team that has put those prizes together. So I am going to hand it over to Carolina for our wrap up.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. So just wanted to open it up right now to any questions. If anyone has any questions about starting off with the AIR course, about our sessions today, or any other general lab questions.
I did have a question. The microbits, did we get additional microbits with the AIR course, or it's just the ones that originally came with the lab?
It would be the ones, yeah, for your labs, it would be the original expansion kits you got. So yes, that is actually, you'll notice as you work with other labs, some newer labs might have different expansion kits. That's just because we're working with newer vendors for that. There's a microchip shortage, and I think that as we grow this program and you see older labs and newer labs, you're going to see how technology changes. But we're always going to work to keep you all up to date and make sure everyone has the same technology to access the curriculum. Thank you, though. Great question.
If there aren't any specific questions, does anybody want to share out their experience that you had with your team? I'd really love to hear how that activity went for any of you. So I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if anybody wants to talk about and share just your initial thoughts on AIR, I actually am going to put one of you on the spot if she's in here, because she has already, I think, Tasha, are you here? Are you able to talk?
I know our school, Tasha was in my group, and our school's in the middle of a fire drill right now, so she's probably listening.
I'm here.
There she
I'm
is.
here, but we're in a fire drill right now, so I can't talk.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll come back to you then. So Tasha has already, she told me when I went in their group that she's implemented a couple of the AIR lessons. So I was going to ask for her feedback on that. But does anyone else want to share just their initial thoughts? What are your thoughts about implementing this in your classroom? How do you think your students are going to feel? Let's hear it.
I actually like the option for the book, and I thought of doing it as a read aloud to help our students with fluency in reading, because that's one of the areas of focus on our campus this year.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. And that's one of the things that I think really makes this course unique. And one of the things that our team really worked hard to implement ELA into something like technology and artificial intelligence and robotics, where you wouldn't necessarily see it. So we really look forward to hearing from you how that goes. And I hope those lessons help support that. We have a vocabulary coding lesson with one of the rover lessons coming up. So
that plastic ahoy is really great, and it reminded me that I think it was Hour of Code, but I don't really remember, has one of its games that students have to pick up trash from the bottom of the ocean. And so I was thinking that it might be a really nice connector for students in other classes too, to make the plastic ahoy and picking up trash work together. That was pretty cool.
perfect. Yeah, thank you for sharing. And yes, that is actually an extension listed in one of the facilitator guides. It is Hour of Code. There is an entire artificial intelligence and ocean themed picking up trash from the ocean. It's amazing. So that is linked in there as an extension. And I'm glad you found that as well. Fantastic. And for all of you that are in here, hopefully you are aware the author of Plastic Ahoy is actually available today, is doing the lunch networking. So we are very happy to have her be able to join us. And I hope all of you can join that session to hear her talk about her process and helping us work with this book. Developing the course was so much fun. Our team got to meet all of the scientists. So if you went through and you saw the beginning where it said meet the scientist and meet the photographer, virtually, of course, but we met all of these scientists and talked to them and got interviews from them to be able to present to the students. And we're just beyond the moon excited to share it with your students. Oh, and I was missing all the chat I see going on there. Rebecca got some great ideas going, but we are at, I was going to say 12:05, but again, I'm on the East Coast, so I forget the time difference. We have, I think, 5 minutes left in the session, but if there aren't any other comments or question or feedback, I would love to just give you 5 minutes of your time back so you can take a break and get a snack or a drink of whatever you would like to go into your next session. But if you have any questions, you can share them here. We'll stay here for a couple more minutes, but if not, enjoy your time. I hope you enjoyed your time. Please complete the survey for us. We really appreciate it, and we'll get you entered into that drawing. And I will see you all. I have several other air sessions later today with Carolina, so we will see you later.